Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about your period, your cycle, and how to use your cycle to manifest your desires. So, okay. And so, boy, we got a hit.
Complex, this you? Let me talk to you real quick.
Now, before we get started, I just want to say, this conversation is not for people that are scared of their cycle, like weird about blood. Weird, like this is like not for you. I'm gonna break it up into sections so you can get some of the information. Like if you want, just like the um just like the mechanism of it, then I'll go like deeper into like spiritual morality, and then I'll go to like rituals for like witchy people. So okay, first things first, everybody, every woman, probably around like grade school, like not, it's earlier in the US. It used to be like average, like about between like 12 and 15 you get your cycle for the first time, but it's like getting younger and younger because of all the hormones in the meat in our food and stuff. um but that really doesn't matter. um so your first cycle, you should hopefully you remember it, but most people don't. Maybe, I don't know, you can go back to your first cycle and see like what happened on your first cycle, and that can actually help you like inform yourself of like what kind of transpires with your cycle now. Like maybe you started out where your cycle was like more regular when you first started, or it was like super heavy when you first started, and then now it's not. It's good to just see the difference. It may not be like any information that you necessarily need, but you could also like use it as like a springboard to like see like what can change. Like maybe when I was younger, I was eating more healthier, so like maybe now, since I don't eat as healthy, my period's probably like always painful or something. So like my mom used to cook real good healthy food when I was younger, so now maybe I should need to start cooking good healthy food like that I was eating as a kid. So that's one thing. And then like also, you can look at your period now. Like I would say, like if you don't have a journal, like you need to get a journal. You need to have a journal, and you should have a calendar, or you could be like me and have a bullet journal, so where it's like a calendar and a journal at the same time, or you just have a separate journal like for your yoni womb period, or just like for your period, for your cycles each month, and then like put like a calendar in there so you can like mark when your periods come and like what the symptoms are and all that stuff. So like the main way that I was able to I'm gonna say this, like everything is within you. So like if your period, if your period is giving you troubles, something is wrong with your sexual organs, your reproductive system, or your yoni, or your womb. Like something is out of balance, which is nothing wrong. Nothing's like, and nobody's saying like, oh, um you gross, like none of that shit. Like we ain't talking like that. It's like even some shit is just normal. We know you a certain age, like shit happens, especially if you had a kid. You just like, what the fuck, like I didn't even know my vagina can do this stuff. So it is what it is. Like but I would say, if you're having issues like itchiness, the culprits. You can look it up on the internet, or just look it up and see, or go see your physician. They can check you to tell you, if you got like a bacterial infection, yeast infection, a STD or whatnot, and like, take the antibiotics from them and, do your thing. But with me, like, if the situation was like super bad, I would say, take the antibiotics and like, switch up how you eating, so the antibiotics can work. And then kind of watch yourself to see like why what happens when when I consume a certain type of food, or like what happens to my body if I'm not drinking enough water, what happens to my sexual organs, sexual reproductive system, and everything. So that's 2. And then 3, like these are like the highlights, the most important things. So 3, I would say another biggest thing is like what type of product you're using, and underwear. I'm gonna go to underwear in a second. What type of product are you using, to catch the blood? Whether it's a Diva cup, different things. Like they got so many things on the market to like try to alleviate, vaginal issues. So like the Diva cup, non-bleached, I would say non-bleached. So I started out using tampons, so I'm just more used to tampons. I mean, I was using pads and tampons, but I got to a point I just didn't like the feeling of pads, like, cause I'm a heavy, like sometimes, I mean, I used to be a really, really heavy bleeder, and it just used to feel like a wet diaper it just used to feel so weird. Don't get me wrong, I still was using them, because like at that young age, like it was just hard to do tampons all the time. But now I still use tampons, but I use like non-bleach. I try to get at least the ones that don't have as many chemicals as the older ones, and I don't do like them little wooden them cardboard cheap ones. I can't do that shit. I'm gonna spend the money on my tampons, because I mean, it's like, what I'm gonna do, just bleed on myself? Like, it is what it is. So, and I have like, I guess since having my baby, I've been using pads too sometimes, because I don't know, sometimes like I don't know, it's just, I used to be able to like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes I just use pads. But oh, next thing is underwear. Underwear is like really, really important. Going back to if you have like a bacterial infection, or like whatever, make sure you either get rid of your underwear like completely, whatever underwear you've been wearing, or just get rid of the ones you've been wearing and get you some new ones. Like Victoria's Secret always got that 5 for 25. Target be doing the 5 for I think it's like 20-15 sometimes. Like Target be doing that too. Or you can get a pack of granny panties, because it's your period time. They got so many like different panties now for periods, so you can look those up, like, or Amazon, some them big packs they be having on Amazon, or whatever you decide. Or go get you some expensive ones for your period. I don't know, like, shit, you rather dazzle yourself. So that's another thing, like, cause if you do have a bacterial infection, you can salvage your underwear. Cause some people say that you're not supposed to replace your underwear as often as 6 months. I think the 6 months it is. you're not supposed to, or you don't necessarily have to. But like if you do for like a do have like a bacterial infection and you just like don't want to get rid of these underwear because they just so cute, you can just wash your underwear really good. You just wash them, really good, and then take an iron and like iron the crotch part, like really iron it, and like don't steam it, just like dry iron it. They say like if there's any bacteria in there, it'll just die. So that's another thing. Then okay, so I got the vagina area. Now your actual cycle. So your cycle, as much as people want to make it like it's just only a physical action that your body is doing, the blood from your entire body, from the head to the, is being cleaned and released at that time. So okay, so the process, I'm gonna just generic say it. This is not really scientific. I was gonna make this like a scientific conversation, but I'll probably do that in a different video. This is more about like manifesting with your period. So generic explanation of my understanding of your cycle, of our cycles, whatever. So our cycles are hooked up with the moon, and the moon controls the tides or the emotions. So your water in your body, it controls the water on the earth. So when the moon is in certain phases, it controls women specifically more so than men, because we have a womb. It controls, our feelings and everything, and our emotions, because emotions are associated with water. So when we're feeling certain energies, certain emotions, those emotions, if we let them or we suppress them, or we don't deal with them, it'll record on our womb. And during our period, if it's something that's just being held in there, it'll become, tension or painful. And just to kind of like wake you up to like, hey, this pattern you're doing in life, whether you're eating too much junk food, is causing us to have issues down here. And you kind of need to, fix that. And the same with, so like the process basically. So like during the, let's say we're gonna go from new moon. So the new moon, depending on when you have your period, I'll go into that later. Depending on when you have your period, you, by using your journal and your calendar, you can mark like at what point in the month and look up what the moon phase is, when you're having your period, to tell, what type of cycle it is. So like during the new moon, you're supposed to be like releasing, because the moon is decreasing in size to nothing. And during the full moon, you're supposed to be putting into yourself, and you're more external, with yourself. You're supposed to be putting out, like giving out, doing action. It's more like external energy. You got something to share, something to speak about, something to do. So like new moon is more like I need self time. I need to chill out. Those women that have new moon cycles, they tend to want to just be like in themselves at home, like wearing granny panties and a t-shirt and just bundled up in the covers, watching Netflix or just chilling. Or that's just me, like, or just, just more within yourself. Even if you're going about your life still, you're kind of like, more within yourself. You're not really wanting to share with the world, or give out to the world. So like with that being said, um your cycle, you use, even if your cycle doesn't come on like a new moon or a full moon, you use those moon phases to like help you with manifesting in your life. So you use the new moon to release, and it's the same with your cycle. So even when you're on your cycle, your body is releasing, but you could also replenish at the same time. So your body is releasing like the new moon. You're releasing like old cells, things from your blood, like, 'cause that's how the blood is the highway in the body. It's everything is moving, through the blood. Like the blood is moving everything, so to your organs, to your brain, information from here to here, like, is moving through the blood. So you release, um you're releasing, right? But you could also, while journaling, because writing is the easiest way to manifest, because you're using pen. I would say use you can even use red ink, or depending on what color, like you can do purple for the crown, or blue for like the throat, because throat is like speaking things into existence. So you can use blue. I use black because I use like I feel like black got all the colors in it, so I like black, or I don't know, whatever. But anyways, like, you use that time to release. You releasing what's been pent up in tension and holding you back, so you can add to the list of what's already being released. You could just say like, I want to release my ex, or I want to release procrastination, or I want to release, or you tell yourself, I want to release low vibrational entities, or I want to release I don't know, whatever it is. Like, you can write it down, depending on if it was a new moon, if it's a new moon cycle, or just if you're not on your cycle during a new moon, you should be making intentions anyway for that moon cycle, because the more you like engage with the moon cycles in your womb, because if you go back in my videos, I talk about how the womb is your reality. The mind is all, the universe is mental. The womb is your consciousness. Even though you're, as a female, as a woman, men also have wombs too, but as a female, a woman, your consciousness is always in your womb. Even if you thinking in your brain or whatever, your womb is what's controlling what you're doing, like your life, like she's the mother in your body. If you can create a human from your womb, you can create anything. Like, you gotta think about, what does it take to create? Like, you ever look at science or anatomy, and they like break down what's in the bones, like break down a cell to like its minute part, break down an atom, and like the element of water, like break it down to its like minute percentage, or like you know what I mean, and like the figures and the mathematics of everything, and you just like, damn, that's a lot. This requires a lot. Like, you literally, from your body, you creating a baby. It takes a lot of energy. If you was pregnant, you understand, like, or you just understand like your period each month. Like, I didn't even go into this part, but let me say it now. Like, each month, your body is like preparing you for either a physical manifestation, or a spiritual manifestation. So basically, your body is putting you in the position of maybe creating a baby once you have your first period, or creating new and new ideas, new information, new manifestations into your life. So it's either you decide to have a baby, so your body is, you know, hey girl, like you got your different phases, right? The different phases of the moon and the different phases of your womb. So you got your luteal phase, your ovulation phase, your actual bleeding phase, and then your releasing phase. The actual bleeding phase, and then your you know, rebuilding, like whatever phase. I forget what's the last. What's the last one? What's the last one? Anyways, let me go ahead and finish this video. So, after, okay, so each phase, right? So, and those are lined up with, you know, depending on the moon or whatever. Depending on how natural you are is how aligned you are with the moon cycles, or you know how much you tune into the moon is how aligned you are with the, you know, natural cycle, natural rhythm of earth, so you can be aligned, so the energies don't, like, you know, whiplash your ass around, but you're aligned, so it's just, I'm feeling good, or I don't have pains on my period. You know, those people that just, I don't have pains on my period, like I'm just good, like I'm just kidding. But okay, so based on those phases, so like your body during your body in that 28-day period is like building up, you know, the nutrients, all the stuff, you know, everything from your body to like put within your womb, because it comes with a bunch of blood pulls up into your womb, because that's why you have so much blood, you know, releasing a bunch of blood, you know, all the goodness from your body, all the goodness, the blood, everything is filling up in your womb during the month, and it's getting then it gets to a point, you know, with your ovulation phase, where it's like getting your vagina all wet, you know, getting you like good down there, so you can be more, so it can be more slippery for your dude to send the sperm through. I just want to preface to say, a million fucking sperms, you know, come through when you have, when y'all coming together to have a baby, and only one of that, one, is chosen. So I be thinking so your ovulate, so you got two cycles, right? So you got your ovulation cycle, and then you got your actual period cycle. But there are other people that have other cycles. This is why I was prefacing the moon, which is a cosmic cycle, as well as an earthly cycle, because I forget the last one. I gotta look it up. I gotta look at my notes. This is all going into my womb, I don't know, yoni book. I don't know what it's gonna be called. I'm like writing it. Like I was like, dang, I could just do an ebook and be done, but I feel like I just need to keep writing. Like, I got more information. I just got so many years of information. So that's that. Then, like, I say your ovulation cycle is like your girlfriend, like a friend. But your womb is your girlfriend. Like, if she's not your friend, you need to make her your friend. Like, y'all really need to talk. Y'all need to have conversations and like get this going. And like, hey girl, like, I don't understand what the pain is, but like, what's up? She might say like, yo, when your dude was like yelling at you that one time, you got real tense and like was like tensing me up. So I'm just saying, like, either you just gonna have to like go off on that nigga or something. But anyway, so she is like the one that's like checking the list and checking it twice to see, you know, like, is this sperm good enough to make a baby? Oh, he ain't good enough. He ain't good enough. Not this month, girl. We're just gonna go ahead with the let me see. She wanted to get them new boots. Okay, we're just gonna have to do the boots. Fuck it. That's it. We doing the boots this month, guys. The boots. Yep, that's what it is. All right, so we just doing the boots, y'all. So she just gonna have to ride it out this month. Like, ride it out. Cause it's gonna be a painful one. Cause he ain't that nigga. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, so I'm trying to be funny, but yeah. So and then once she say like no, it's like, you know, the blood comes out because you don't need all that blood just sitting in there, because that's a bunch of like a bunch of different, you know, chemicals, amino acids, all them things just sitting in there, and your womb is like, you know, kind of gentle and like fluffy and like soft and stuff, and you don't need all that just hanging out in there. So just it's time to release. Let's release this stuff on out. Okay. And then so based on that, like the biggest thing I want you to take away from this, which eventually I'll say, you know, like more like rituals that you can do. So you can do the writing, but you can also do like a spiritual bath. The biggest thing is always when you're releasing, either it's the detox or, well, your womb is detoxing in a way. It's releasing. Like most of the time, people on their period, when you're on your period, you don't really want to eat nothing. Like you just like, I don't even want nothing. Like I don't even want nothing. Like for real, I just drink water and I just go to bed. Like I don't even want nothing. Or no, I don't even want nothing. I just want some like fruit or something. Like, so once you're releasing, you're supposed to be replenishing. So like you just replenish your body, but like during your cycle, which if anything I missed, I'm gonna do another video. Like if I might just do another video. Because during your period, your cycle, you're releasing manganese, potassium, it's a bunch of minerals and vitamins that you're releasing each month through your blood. And most women, we don't, you know, replenish those, which that's why your doctor always tell you to get a multivitamin, because you need that. And like you need iron also, because that's the building block of your blood. So which I'll talk about that another time, like about the iron. This video is already really long. The main thing I want you to take away from this is just when you're releasing, when your body is releasing, you're replenishing your body. So and you release emotions, you're releasing vitamins and minerals, you're releasing mucus sometimes, like you're releasing these things, and at one point those things were holding space and blocking out certain functions. So once the organs start functioning, you know, in a different pattern or properly, you have to keep providing the proper environment for those things to come in. So like when you ever notice, like when you get rid of like old clothes or something, or like stuff you're not using, all of a sudden you just get something new. You just all of a sudden get something new. It's the same principle. So you just gotta make sure that you provide the space or the environment, the healthy environment. So like making sure you eat, I'm gonna preface this, if you eat more healthier or more natural or things with, you know, more nutrients in it, you'll have a, you know, more balanced cycle, more balanced environment, and you won't have so many pains or like so much mucus or so much like blockage in your life, because mucus is the only disease blocks when the organ is not properly performing. mucus is produced so it can block the function until it's ready to deal with it again. Until your body is like ready to like, oh, okay, y'all, she trying to, you know, change her pattern. So we just gonna, let's release this part. Let's release that part, you know. Like, so, that's that. Thank you for watching this video. If I don't do chapters, no, I'm gonna try to do chapters as much as possible. But Mecca is screaming right now. I gotta go see what he's screaming about. So please like, comment, and subscribe, or share this video, please. We are trying to add subscribers. I wanna connect. Like, I'm just trying to add subscribers. So if you like my content, please subscribe and turn the little bell on. And I love you. Goodbye. Oh, and in the description there's more information. Please read if you have leisure.